Yo, hello everybody. Welcome back to a brand new live stream, and we're back again. Last day of the Champions League group stage. It is match day 6 and Zenit versus Chelsea. Chelsea, top of the group as of now, and it can be the same situation at the end of the day if Juve were to drop points in form of a draw or a loss, and if Chelsea were to drop points. But Chelsea would want to win it, and win it by all means, because they would want a easier opponent going into the knockout stages in the February. And of course, a lot of pressure on the Thomas Tuchel side right now on the pretext of the injuries. A lot of people missing, from the attack, from the mid, and from the backside as well. And meanwhile, Edward Mendy had struggled a lot in the recent games, so Kepa Arrizabalaga steps in, and there have been a number of changes for Chelsea. Ross Barkley, Mason Mount, Romelu Lukaku back starting for the first time since September, and then again he hasn't scored since September as well. And Kalamataroy on the wingback. Malang Sarr makes the Champions League appearance. And we have the likes of Saul Niguez again playing, I think, on the left wing-back spot this time. So it would be very interesting that where would Chelsea actually go from here. And it's all in the hands of Zenit. It's minus 18 degrees by the time that we are talking about in St. Petersburg, the venue that Chelsea is playing at actually. And the roof is a convertible one, so they have actually managed to take the cold off. And I think it is not a wise decision. They should have let the roof off only and maybe let it play, because Zenit are much more like used to playing under this weather, and they would have want to put Chelsea off. So I don't know why they actually closed the roof, but you also know there is one more man in the stadium. That is the Chelsea's owner, Roman Abramovich, not accustomed to being a person present in the England when actually Chelsea is playing, but very much on this side of the world, in the Russia side, in near St. Petersburg. So Roman Abramovich finally is here, and he'll be looking on at Chelsea, a much more different Chelsea, but similar structure, different personnel. So it is more likely a chance for Chelsea and all the other players that have come to step up and basically show that they are worth for the squad. And then again, it's time to step up again. UCL has always been the priority. Chelsea won it last time around. They would want to repeat it. It's so hard to repeat it, but Chelsea would not shy away from doing so, because they have actually added 100 million man up top. So Romelu Lukaku, it's time for him to actually end his Chelsea blues. And after the injury, I think this is his first start, so expecting goals from him. And for the first time, I think, properly from the start, he'll be linking up with Timo Werner in the lineup. So let's see what will actually happen. There has been a lot of debate about what the formation will be. We could be actually in a back four. We could actually be in something else. Mason Mount, while they're saying is, could be a holding midfielder if it is a back four. It's very much up for the debate here, but Chelsea could play anyway. They have a lot of personnel. These guys are versatile. There has been a lot of talk about people playing out of positions, but we really have the players who can actually fit the criteria of a lot of positions in the midfield. But that should not be confused with the fact that Chelsea need points here. And at the end of the day, if you're unable to get points, you will be at loss. As we are talking, the kickoff is almost about to take place, and hopefully Chelsea, they get points. Reece James, by the way, starting in his 101st Chelsea game today, and he's 22. Here's Mason Mount. Let's see what the shape is actually. Yep, I just saw Saul Niguez actually on the left-hand side, far left, mind you. So that ideally looks like someone who was going to be on the left-hand side, the left wing-back spot. And Mason Mount is actually playing as a number 10. Initially, when I was talking about the formation, I really thought that Ross Barkley might be someone who's actually going to be further up the page, because Mason Mount has played a lot of number 8 recently. Sorry, a lot of number 8 earlier, but it's not like that. And it is the midfield of Reece James and actually Ross Barkley. So Thomas Tuchel is going all in. Tricks up his sleeves. Maybe it proves successful and maybe it doesn't, but we have sometimes actually in the moments during this season, like the December moment actually. Here's Saul Niguez moving up from the left side. He's trying to score. Can he score? He's on the full stretch and wins a corner actually. You know, there is one more thing I would tell you about. Saul just lacks confidence. Such a brilliant player, such a good technique, such a sweet left foot. Even can get the shot off his right foot, but he needs a lot of confidence. So basically, the situation right now is Ben Chilwell, ACL injury. Chelsea looks like, yeah, they'll be without him for a while. So Marcos Alonso cannot play each and every game. Saul has to step in. In Premier League, in Champions League, whenever he's called upon, he has to step in. So There is a talk about, yeah, Saul being shabby on the ball and whatever, but I think this time around, wow. And Chelsea have scored. And Timo Werner has scored. Wow. All the talking that we are doing, meanwhile, Timo Werner has scored. And wow. Second chance of the game, and Chelsea has scored in the second minute. There haven't been more than 10 touches in the field, I think, from the Chelsea side, but they have just scored. Wow, how impressed must Roman Abramovich by the way be? Because he is in the stands. I'm sorry, I was just looking on the phone downside, just opening the chat. Let's see if there is a room for offside. There is no room for offside at all. Timo Werner, perfect place, perfect position. That's what you want him to do. This will bring him a lot of confidence. By the way, that was a touch from Andres Christensen on the far post, sorry, near post, and Timo Werner lurking at the far post. So, Chelsea starting on the right front. I could see Timo Werner's expression, let's go man, because he kind of deserves that goal. Last season, by the way, if you're unaware, Timo Werner has 16 goals disallowed by VAR, so that's a bit harsh, right? But we are here, and let's see now what happens though. Wow, here's Lukaku again, in for the Werner. Oh my god. Timo Werner just backing off and waiting for Romelu Lukaku ball, and Zenit's defender basically just on him and got the first touch on the ball. So a nice try again by Lukaku. Chelsea again pushing from the front, and this is very impressive because the kind of mentality you want on these days. Get the business done earlier, maybe get a chance actually to rest some players early for the Premier League fixture against Leeds. So that would be a very tough encounter as well. So I think that's a pretty much right decision, that you score up plenty of goals and a lot of players can go off actually. I think Timo Werner should have done much more better there because he had no idea actually where the defender was off from. He was just ball watching basically. Or you can say he was watching Lukaku all the time, not aware of the man that is coming from behind him. But at the end of the day, it's good, it's good. 4 minutes only, Chelsea already on the front foot. Would be interesting very much to see Reece James actually in the midfield and Ross Barkley. Haven't seen Ross Barkley play such deeper position actually since the Everton days, if I'm not wrong. When actually he was like a part of the 4-3-3, actually the setup, yeah. That's the setup we are talking about. So it's been a while since Ross Barkley was actually deployed in the midfield as a number 8 or a number 6, you can actually call. But he is very much of a guy who can show much more of a physicality in the actual position rather than Mason Mount. Because Mason Mount, he has recently recovered from, of course, don't forget that surgery thing. He actually lost a bit of weight. But Mason Mount is a creative guy, so he can play up top. Here's Azpilicueta playing after a number of games actually. Here's Zenit shielding ball from Lukaku. Can they have it back? Reece James. Reece James, by the way, Chelsea's top scorer. But in the midfield, I think it gives him more chance of actually to get the shot away this time. He can add to that goal tally if he wants. Chelsea have been lacking confidence recently in the last 1 or 2 games. But I think that it will be up once you actually come on the winning stream. Here's Timo Werner. Oh, Ross Barkley's pass just a hint too tight for Timo Werner there. Timo Werner could have been actually on the goal. The pass just hit too fine and reaches into the hands of goalkeeper firmly. So this game moving swiftly though. This game's moving swiftly. I'm not seeing any signs of trouble for Chelsea, unlike the way we were talking about during the pre-game sessions, because a lot of people were doubting the shape, the formation, etc. The players being deployed actually in the different positions. So it's good. Saul is actually seemingly looking very confident on the left wing back side. And I'm not going to say or jinx it, but he's looking amazing. Here's Timo again. Wow, trying to find Lukaku. The ball did not have any lift in it, but that was a good idea from Timo Werner actually. Wow, here's Zenit again. And here's Reece again. Breaking the play in the midfield. By the way, if Reece James can play at this position and we can actually have some good options on the right big back spot, it would be a good thing actually for a while, because N'Golo Kante, Kovacic, Jorginho, they are like not available at all. Kovacic is so lucky, he recovered from the hamstring injury and hit by COVID, so he's out unfortunately, and this would see him actually sit out for 10 days at least. So Chelsea have to cope up with him, because 10 days is a lot in December. December, only league in the world, Premier League, they have piled up fixtures, man. almost 9 fixtures in a month, Champions League including, of course, but that's a lot. And it's a lot to ask from players as well to stay physically fit in the circumstances of COVID or whatever. It's a task. I think Azpilicueta, having said that he missed a lot of the games, I think he is in contention to play a lot of games now because the system, it will demand him. If we chop and change the positions, the versatility, as we're talking about, comes into the play, but we actually need the experience. We just can't keep on fielding the young guys. As we're talking about young guys, here's Callum Hudson-Odoi picking up. Here's Werner to Mason. Here's Hudson-Odoi finding Mason again. Trying to cross for Lukaku. Zenit protecting the ball very well there. The offensive position players of Zenit are actually having to defend. That's a good sign for Chelsea earlier on. And they still have the ball. Here's the ball with Mason Mount. It hits him and the ball goes out for another corner. And that would be the second for Chelsea. It's only 8th minute in the game. So Chelsea on the right foot, as we could actually hope for the rest of the game that it stays the same. Chelsea corner, Ross Barkley on it. The ref says something and ref says that you have to take it again. Here's Ross Barkley with the corner. Wow. Saul hung up in midair. Here's Lukaku. No one there to hit the ball actually. And the flag is up for offside. Romelu Lukaku asking his teammates to actually hit the ball towards him so that he can actually take on his man, because that kind of a flight only Romelu Lukaku can handle basically. Team did half of the job actually. Romelu Lukaku was offside initially. Wow. Yep. He's expecting more from his teammates, and rightly so. This is Chelsea Football Club. This is not a bunch of some random players. So, yeah, he's eager to go on the score sheet, man. Romelu Lukaku. There is no lies here. Callum Hudson-Odoi is so far up the field. Reece James sweeping up for him. Here's Azpilicueta to Mason. Mason to Aspi again. 1-2. Here's Mason again. Here's Callum again. They lose the ball in the process here, Chelsea, but Reece James recovered it back. And the ball's racing out of the play. Christensen prevents it. Christensen, he missed a run of games actually due to the contract thingy going on in behind the scenes, but I just feel it was unnecessary and basically a loss of concentration. I've seen him like miscommunicating a lot of times while playing in the back three, but that's rarely been a case for the last 1.5 years that he's played at Chelsea. So hopefully he'll be back on the track soon, and physically, mentally as well. Here's Reece James in midfield. And if you've just tuned in, lads, we are watching Zenit versus Chelsea live from St. Petersburg. It is match day 6 of the Champions League and the last match of the group stage. So Chelsea well over the top actually, but they have to win this game to retain that position in order to get some good fixtures if they are hoping actually in the round of the 16. So here they are leading, courtesy of Timo Werner. Here's Mason Mount. Here's Saul crossing it first time, and the cross goes out. Saul for the first time, by the way, lads, playing the role of the left wing back. Thomas Tuchel looking a bit more disappointed. That cross could have come at a better decision making, but Thomas Tuchel has to bear with Saul here because he's playing the left wing back spot for the very first time. So he's looking confident. I can just say that. He's looking confident in playing that spot because rather in the midfield, he has looked very shabby. And one more thing I would say is Saul is very, very further up the pitch. Same for Callum Hudson-Odoi because they have the likes of Ross Barkley and Reece James playing in the midfield today. So they have a bit of freedom. A guy who can actually run, unlike Jorginho, who might not actually run to track back. But anyhow, it's Chelsea's chance now to take over. Maybe some new sort of formation is discovered. New sort of mentality, not formation. We are playing the same system basically, but different personnel. Wow. Meanwhile here, Ross Barkley losing the ball here. Here's Zenit with a decent spell of possession here in the game for the very first time in the Chelsea's half. Oh, Zenit doing well there, but losing the ball there. Zenit trying to force things. It's almost the nature of the play that they are playing against, because more or less they are seeing the ball very less, and sometimes when you have the ball very less in the opponent's half, you tend to make decisions and they go wrong. Chelsea, good on them. They're forcing Zenit to do it. That's the job. Here's Callum now. There's Romelu Lukaku to Timo Werner. Timo Werner back to Romelu Lukaku. Wow, Romelu Lukaku has sent the ball straight back to Zenit players. Here's Zenit trying to find each other. Here's Saul there. Nicks the ball off him. And I think that was nice. Wow. Foul on Mason Mount. The referee says that's a good play. Mount gets up. Here's Zenit. Chance for them to cross the ball inside the box. Will they do it? They do not choose to do the same. By the way, a bit of risk actually to play Malang Sarr. Not actually to play Malang Sarr solely, but to play Malang Sarr and Saul both on the same side. So, but that's the position that Malang Sarr is used to playing. His preferred left foot on the clearing side. But just one thing clearly visible: Saul oozing on confidence actually, while actually playing on the left wing spot. Kepa, by the way, as well in the goal. Mendy seemed to be a bit down on confidence since the past few games, but chance for Mendy actually to recoup, or whatever the actual word is, and take his mind off a lot of things and make use of the time on the bench and just think through by the time the next game in the Premier League returns, because he is struggling a lot recently. The decision making has been poor. Here's Zenit with the very first corner. They've taken its shot. They've wasted it. And they'll go for a shot. And they'll earn another corner. So Zenit making amends there. Back-to-back corners for the side. Wow. A decent, very decent ball actually in from Rasicki. I beg your pardon, it's Rakitsi, the pronunciation. And it hits Lovren. If you're unfamiliar with Lovren, former Liverpool FC player. Meanwhile, Timo Werner holding his stomach there. I don't know what was actually the thing about. He got hit. Let's see. Oh, actually the replay is for the goal. Never mind. Here's Chelsea again with Ross Barkley building from the back. Reece James. Reece James working off the ball as well. He's making himself available actually, like the likes of Jorginho, Kovacic and Kante do. So good to see his adaptability and actually the same mindset, because he has a lot of good players to learn from. Never mind that they are on the sidelines, they can actually help him. It doesn't cost anything to learn from your seniors. Here's Reece James again, spending a bit of time on the ball actually while passing it. So that is, I think, that he would need to work on a bit, because there will not be a lot of time on the ball in the midfield when you're playing against a good opposition. So Chelsea slowed down a bit, losing the ball in the process again. Zenit recovered it. Romelu Lukaku, Timo Werner chasing. Will they get it back? And no, they cannot. Zenit are able to recover from it, and they'll get the ball on the other side. So Zenit players again growing a bit in confidence. We are 15 minutes through the game, and it seems like, so far Zenit will try to assert the dominance again if they have a chance to, because they're not shying away from it. They have nothing to lose actually in this game. Aspilicueta are playing well there. Winning the throw for Chelsea as well. Aspilicueta might be feeling very good actually, because he's playing after a run of games. after missing a run of games actually. And he would be glad that he's playing at a right centre back position because he wouldn't want to do that right wing back thing because he's not a very quick guy, you know. Sorry. Here's Saul sending it long. I don't know for who. Here's Saul growing on Zenit player's legs almost, not letting him pass. Here's Rakitsi. Composure and communication will be the key in this Chelsea midfield and defense, of course. A lot of new players and a lot of new players in the position, so they always have to have a shout. Chelsea losing the ball again midway. Can they recover it? Azpilicueta Mason has a chance. I think Greece is still going after the man. Chelsea are not unable to press completely because Zenit, once again, one touch passing. They get out. Oh, here's Zenit again. Trying to work this way through. Here's Malcolm on the ball. Chance for Zenit to get away a shot, maybe? Wow. A curling attempt, but very, very off target. Kepa doesn't even have to put his hand up. Nice move from Zenit St. Petersburg, actually, but a very poor finish there at the end by Claudinho. Sometimes it is like this, but you cannot always pull off that actually curler from way out like 30-35 yards. It's very tough. Lukaku dropping deep this time. So Zenit on the right hand side where actually Callum is playing. You would expect that Callum to venture up a lot, but he's unable to do so far. They have marshaled him well and they're just closing down the spaces right on the left hand side because Mason Mount is moving in the area. Reece James is sometimes going along and making overlapping runs as people putting a lot of pressure from that side. But Zenit players, they are staying put and they're not letting them pass. So that's the most important thing. Saul again losing the ball in the process while tracking back. Barkley is there to help him, but Barkley cannot recover the ball as well. Here comes Malcolm. And Malcolm so far going on the ball. Azpilicueta with a very crucial intervention here. And Aspe's pass to Callum Hudson-Odoi, who loses the ball again. So Chelsea now, near the 20-minute mark, a bit of loss of concentration here from the Chelsea players. Not keeping hold of the ball, unable to get Romelu Lukaku involved in the game so far. Up until unless, of course, we saw that goal, 2-3 minutes only in the game. But now, since that, there's no sign of Lukaku. I'm sorry, I'm yawning, but it's been a long day. If you're a person from Asia, just like me, watching, staying up for Champions League, it's very late. But anyhow, we still do it for our beloved teams. Meanwhile, Christensen fouls Malcolm here. Malcolm, by the way, very impressive summer. Won the gold medal with Brazil, scored the goal against Spain actually in the final. So, very much the name written in the history books. Meanwhile, as we are talking about Christensen, very much actually we would love him to write his name in the contract papers on this Christensen because as we are reportedly listening that he is done, very much close. The agreement is set. The club just wants him to sign now. Here's Zenit again. So Claudinho, Malcolm switching up their flanks. The Brazilians trying to mix and match up. Here's Zenit in plenty of space actually in front of Reece James. There's Malcolm. So Aspilicueta preventing a lot of threat from the down right side from the Chelsea area. Trying to block it, trying to send it up. And once again, it is a chance for Callum actually to take the throw in and push Chelsea up. Because this has been, yeah, the case for the last 2 minutes or so. And they look like, yeah, the Chelsea are actually having some troubles to get out from that area. Meanwhile, as we are talking, Reece James and Malcolm getting a bit of heated moment in all the mix of this game. Referee saying, what's wrong? The lads are just saying, no, we're nodding off. We're not touching each other. And now they shake it off. Yeah, right in front of the ref. It was first Malcolm actually who put his hand on Reece, so it's goal kick. Zenit unable to execute what they actually want. So Zenit now trying to press Chelsea. Kepa sends the ball long. Wow. Almost through the first quarter of the game. 1/4 of the game, you would rather say. Almost a quarter, yeah. And Chelsea so far, the first 2 minutes of the game, that was the only instance. Now Romelu Lukaku has the ball, is bulldozering his way to the Zenit defense, unless they put a leg in, and they just did that. Here's Chelsea, wow, being run over the Zenit defense again, and here's chance for Zenit to counter attack, and Malang Sarr defends the corner of the box, rather, I would say. They concede a corner in the process, but the thing right now was Chelsea looked like they were set on the break, proper break, but actually at the end of the day, what they did was track back, get countered, but Malang Sarr managing to do well there. Malang Sarr, of course, man, played last game against Brentford in the Premier League, and by the way, away to Brentford, that was so scary. Chelsea just won it 1-0. You can't just think that how we managed to get a good game. By the way, Edouard Mendy was phenomenal in that game as well. Spider-Man saves. Here's Lukaku on the ball. Here's Reece James. Here's Callum. Can he send the ball long? He cannot. He sends it back to Aspilicueta. Here's Ross Barkley. Not so neat in passing, but Chelsea are making work with Reece James in the midfield. Here's Mason Mount. Mason Mount crosses. The cross is blocked by Rakitsky. So Lukaku might be unhappy with that effort, actually. Wow, Chelsea switched, and here's Claudinho, here's Malcolm on the ball, and Kepa with a brilliant save. Wow. Sahul so far away on the left side. Malang Sarr totally switched off on the right side. Chelsea, they looked bad, so bad on that counter attack. It was second time in this game I saw Chelsea's defense opened up, and it was bad. It looked very bad. Chelsea desperately trying to find Romelu Lukaku. Ross Barkley with the half-ditch attempt actually to bring the ball inside the striker's feet, but they were unable to do so. Once again, Zenit body behind the ball. So Chelsea doing everything actually to get Romelu Lukaku back involved in the game, but it won't come in easy. Here's Santos sending up the ball. Wow. Chelsea looking so vulnerable here. Azmoun almost got the end of it. At the end of it. The header was so powerful so that it just went off as soon as it left his head. Almost get the dash out of me. So not a good sign here. First quarter of the game, Chelsea, 2 minutes only early start. And that icing on the cake is looking now, yeah, it's coming off. Here's Azmoun winning the first ball again. Zenit sending the ball strong again. Saul clearing it. Here's Timo Werner. So Chelsea unable to actually, what do we call it? Set a piece of play, build possession, and make use out of it. Saul getting pressurized. He comes out of it. The ball's with Mason. Mason to Callum. Wow, that's a very risky pass from Malangsar, but it comes off. There's Aspilicueta to Reese. Reese to Saul. Saul can cross in for Romelu Lukaku. He crosses it, and the cross is blocked, and Chelsea will get a corner again. So just a heads up, Romelu Lukaku center, and yeah, the wing backs looking to offer and crosses for Romelu Lukaku to score. Can Barkley reproduce what he managed to do in the first 10 minutes of the game? Now Chelsea centre halves making their way up to the box again. Romelu Lukaku in the mix in front of the goalkeeper. Werner on the far post. Here's Barkley. Corner. Wow. Saul trying to get a flick this time, but the header goes over the crossbar. Wow. The tackle looked like it was just fine. The referee has just booked Callum Hudson-Odoi. The referee is just saying to Callum, you got the ball, yeah, but you actually got the man as well. Here's Zenit trying to put some passes together. They have been doing so. 30 minutes on the clock, lads. If you've just tuned in, we are watching Zenit versus Chelsea in the match day 6 of the Champions League and the last day of the group stage, of course. And Chelsea, if they are able to retain this position, yeah, they'll be the group winners. Malcolm recovers the ball from Werner. Mason Mount chasing, backpedaling. Lovren sends the ball back to his centre half, Fatna. Chelsea intercepted the ball and just lost it instantly. Here comes Zenit again. Reece James in a familiar position for defending. Can he block the cross? He does manage to prevent actually a cross, but at the cost of a throw-in. A pretty slow game now. I will clearly state that a pretty much slow game. All important by the means of the points, but yeah, right now pretty slow game. Timo Werner now just losing his footing there. Wow, that's really good. Blind pass. Zenit have the ball again. There's Malcolm. Chance for Zenit to cross. He manages to cross in, but half cross, half shot. Couldn't actually make the use of it. Here, Timo Werner. Can Chelsea counter attack? It's 3v3. Here's Timo Werner. Can he find Romelu Lukaku? He can find him. Lukaku, plenty of players in front of Werner. Wow, Mount almost inside the box. Shot from him, but the goalkeeper clearly off his line and prevents the ball from going in. So pumped up, Zenit's goalkeeper here. I think Zenit will take that as a good thing if they are not to concede again in this first half. Chelsea haven't looked like they'll score a goal, but certainly they possess the capability of scoring a goal. Zenit, they have the ball again. Again on the right hand side. Wow. Wow. Saul, right place, right time this time. Malang Sarr almost calling for a pass, a back pass. I don't know why. And costing Chelsea a goal in the process. The youngster looked like he had no idea there was a guy actually approaching him from the back. So a lack of communication from his own defender partners, but also making a poor error, almost leading to a certain goal. And here's Callum Hudson-Odoi being booked. That's a bad one to take for Callum. There was no need actually to lunge into the challenge. There's Malcolm. Wow. Plenty of space for Zenit here. Saul again, right place, right time. His clearance a bit scuffed here. And again, Aspilicueta managing to be on the right place, right time. Here's Zenit again, crossing. And Zenit have scored. Just like that, Chelsea switched. And wow. What a way to concede. Chelsea's defense has been so leaky lately. A defense that has been built on the foundation of keeping clean sheets since the last tenure of Thomas Tuchel reign. But now it seems like it is being breached more than often times on every attack that they have in the game. It will be looked, of course, by VAR, but right now it looks like Chelsea, they switched. The defender's unaware. Saul's clearance was absolutely bad. But after that, it came in. He's well onside. Christensen doesn't go with his man at all. He's very much unaware of the man passing behind him. Or it could be a man that Malangsar actually was marking. Because everyone seems to be very away from the the attacker, and they actually concede the goal very cheaply here, Chelsea. So it's 1-1. That is the same point Mason and Saul are making to Malangsar. You have to close the gap. So Zenit back in the game. And if Juventus are to score now and in a winning position, they will finish on the top of the group. And if Chelsea, if so-called not resting the players, because they are playing actually a lot of good players right now in the team. If they are not resting them, they might as well win this game. Looks like they're struggling. 40 minutes on the clock. So another plus for Zenit here. They have not actually managed to concede, but they've actually managed to score. So big things actually. Will Thomas Tuchel take a risk, bringing on someone from the bench? Thiago Silva, Tony Rudiger. James onto Saul. Saul with a chance to cross for Romelu Lukaku. He crosses the ball in and cannot get the ball as far as Lukaku. Corner for Chelsea, a fifth one for the night, for the blue side. Saul disappointed, looking very much animated there with his own cross, but he has to do better. There is no other circumstances to point out here. Here's Ross Barkley with the ball. Barkley again. Malcolm clears the ball. The ball still in play. Mason Mount being chased by a Zenit player. He passes the ball back to Kepa. Kepa way out of his position. Gets the ball to Reece James. Reece James can send the ball forward maybe. Here's Callum. Losing his footing there again, Callum. Given the advantage by the ref. Wow. Malangsar, another risky pass, making Ross Barkley lose the ball in the possession. Here's Azemon on the goal. He's onside. He's against Kepa. He's run out Kepa, and he has scored. And it's 2-1 Zenit. Thomas Tuchel looked disgusted. Chelsea's defense is all over the place. And you won't believe Juventus are the top of the group. Two goals in the space of 3 minutes. Chelsea's defense is being breached like water here. The composure of the striker, very much commendable here. Taking off the goalkeeper, going around him, and then scoring the goal. It's... wow. Remarkable. Chelsea's defense. The metal being put to test, and Chelsea are behaving like, yeah, they're rookies around here. There is Roman Abramovich on the stands. He won't take this lightly. It is being checked by VAR, and I think it will stand. It's a tight call, but I think it will stand. Chelsea will be so lucky here. They will just dodge a bullet here because they have looked so sketchy. Thomas Tuchel did not even react because he knew that was a bad piece of play. And the goal stands. It's 2-1 to Zenit. This will force Thomas Tuchel to make substitutions, and in the second half, believe it or not, it is whatever it is. It will be like the risk of putting the players in the position of the injuries. This is so bad from Chelsea. They've lost it again. And here's Azmoun again. Wow. He was almost on to score again for the third goal for Zenit. Wow. It's just simple passes. Chelsea are falling apart at the back. Here's Zenit again. Here's Lukaku for Werner. Werner, he's quick. Can he take on Lovren? Werner again. Werner trying to... Wow. 4 Zenit players inside. Should have found a better pass team of Werner there. Is Ross Barkley on the ball? Here's Reece James. Corner for Chelsea again. 6-1 for the night. We better make use of it because Chelsea have looked horrible now. And to be honest, Kepa has kept the score down. Zenit could have had 4 goals. That's so bad. Saar cannot reach it. Zenit clearing it. Malcolm has it. Can Zenit clear it? Yeah, they can eventually do it. So Chelsea having to do all the work. Now they are put against the pressure of scoring a goal again after a poor piece of defensive performance in the just last 10 minutes. Conceding 2 goals in 3 minutes, and the last 10 minutes they have looked very vulnerable. Could have been 4 goals easily, but all because of Kepa. They are still in the game. Zenit over the moon, by the way. Over the moon. Only 1 minute of additional time. Thomas Tuchel would want to make a lot of substitutions, man. Not just attackingly, I think defensively he would be like, yeah, I'm distraught. What is this kind of performance? I've never seen this anything in the Chelsea colours. And how are you players actually losing your composure just like this? Because these are just normal passes. And 1-2, a guy just outpaces you, and you switch off to a defender, and that's how you concede. We haven't built a foundation to concede like this. Not at all. You have to show your quality on the ball, show your composure, because the likes of Saar, they need to get running. Romelu Lukaku gets the ball down. His first touch was fine, but the second one let him down. And it is done. The first half, Chelsea down by a goal. And I'll see you guys in the second half, but a distraught and disastrous performance from Chelsea here in the first half. And we are back, lads. Can Chelsea improve? Can they do it? They have to come back and they have to score twice. Can happen? Cannot happen? Would be very disappointed if Chelsea were to drop points here, because they certainly haven't looked like the image of themselves, I would rather point. But this hasn't been the Chelsea Football Club that we are used to seeing. Let's see what will happen though. I'm not sure there have been changes here, but I'm not actually sure about what has been the team talk. Thomas Tuchel has somehow kept his hands quiet, hasn't made a change, because offensively they were good, but they have just dropped the defensive work rate so low, and the people were going across the midfield. Defense, just blink of an eye. Here's Reese. There's Aspie on the ball. There's Mason. Passing it to Callum. Callum with a chance to cross. Prevents the ball from going out. Mount will cross it. Blocked by Zenit. Zenit working very well as a defensive unit there. Even the attacking players actually settling down in the positions in the deeper sides, where Chelsea wing-backs are looking to exploit the space. So a good thing by Zenit here, actually working in the progress and making use of the ball very well. And again, pressing Malang Sarr and Saul very well, because they know that these guys are not good on the ball. They will give a lot of possession away, and it's now a thing that I can say without mentioning. Zenit exploring that area. There's Aspilicueta on the ball. There's Aspie. Callum, can Chelsea beat Zenit's press here? Callum doing well there, wiggling out of that area. Barkley, wow, what a touch. Mason Mount can go forward. Here's Callum. Callum can cross the ball for Werner. He crosses it, and the cross is very much behind Werner here, and Zenit is managing to get a block on each and every occasion. It only was the first 2 minutes of the game. Now Zenit seems to have figured it out easily, and back and forth, they're managing to do so. And they don't seem to be tired, and they don't seem to be doing reckless stuff. They're just doing enough, and they're just managing to put enough pressure on Chelsea. And Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel would be so worried, because this is the first time they have conceded 2 goals, or more than 1 or 2 goals, in the games back to back. I'll just give you a stat. Chelsea before today shot faced in the game 4 on the goal so far in the Champions League, and today 4 already in the first half. Meanwhile, as we are talking, Zenit's player has pulled up lame actually, and he's going to be substituted, and there will be a change in the midfield. A forced change, rather tactical one, because Zenit was playing so well. Maybe a change in the shape if that is forced by the personnel, but I don't think so. There will be a change in the personnel. But Zenit, they're looking strong. Chelsea have to score at least twice to turn their fate around in this group, because as the thing stands, if there is a draw, yeah, Zenit will cause Chelsea problem for finishing first, because UA, they'll have a better goal difference. Chelsea have to be reckless and, of course, sensible while defending. Reckless while attacking, you can take the room, because we have a lot of firepower up front, but this defense, man, it scares me, because there is not a lot of composure in these lads while playing from the back. They are proving to show so. Wow, what a ball from Callum to Mason. And it goes out for another corner. Sixth of the night for Chelsea. Maybe the likes of Hakim Ziyech, Pulisic off the bench, but again, it won't help. You can say the attacking pieces won't come together, but defensively, if we were to concede again, it will be massive, massive, massive blow for Chelsea. Here's Ross Barkley with the corner again. Barkley crosses. Defended on the first post. There's Callum again on the ball. Tracking back. Sends the ball back to Kepa. Zenit again pressing from the front. They're not shying away from anything. Timo is well and truly onside. Timo still has it. Zenit defending very well there. Easily. Teammates helping out each other, unlike Chelsea in the first half. Here comes Zenit again. Malcolm again. Taking on Christensen. Wow. Shoulder to shoulder there. Malang Sarr, a half clearance here. Managing to lose the ball here. There's Malcolm again. Can Malcolm... Wow. Wow. Kepa patting the ball away. I'm sorry. I just broke my sentence in the midway. I couldn't actually put it out because the way I saw Malang Sarr defending there was like, wow. I thought that he was going to block and chop the defender there, but certainly did something else, so that surprised me. Here's Mostovoy. Here's Amazon again. Here's Mason again. Chelsea can break here. Here's Ross Barkley. Timo Werner. Ross Barkley. Ross Barkley shoots, and the goalkeeper safe hands behind him. And Romelu Lukaku is like, I'm making a run, man. What are you doing? Wasting the position just in a second. Keeper well and truly behind that shot. Well and truly. A wasted effort there from Chelsea. A shot on target, but a wasted effort. Wow. The keeper losing the ball here. Here's Mason back on the ball. Here's Reece James. Trying to shoot. The shot walked well. And Timo Werner can actually chase the ball here. Saul has it. Mason. Rouse. Chelsea nowhere to go with the ball. Saul has it back. Saul can cross it. Saul trying to find his man. Reece James getting to Malang Sarr. There is not a lot of space. Why are you passing it in my feet? This is where the unfamiliarity of playing in the midfield comes in. Reece James again showing his strong physicality there, out-muscling the player. Here's Mount, here's Lukaku. Lukaku wrestling again between the 4-5 players, losing the ball. Zenit able to recover it. Zenit has it again. Lukaku up and running again. Mostovoy, wow. He's still running and he loses the ball. Chelsea working together as a team. They're very rare side defensively there. Zenit might be just happy to sit on this 2-1 lead and just see this out. But Chelsea, they have all the work to do. Believe it or not, but the injury scare, Thomas Tuchel might have been reluctant actually during the halftime to bring on the players like Rudiger and Silva to get going with the game because, bro, they need points. They need points. Is Barkley being pressurized? Aspilicueta to Mason. Mason to Lukaku. Lukaku turning. Passing it to Saul. Saul can shoot. Saul shoots. The goalkeeper parries the ball away. And Chelsea recover the ball again. Chelsea have it again. Here's Barkley. Barkley back to Saul. Saul have some space to cross the ball. Can he? He crosses it and Zenit clears it again. Zenit again putting the foot behind the ball clearly. Chelsea have it again. Back and forth. So Chelsea enjoying a bit of possession here. Chelsea well and truly right in the position actually. 55th minute on the clock. They are forcing a goal here. Possibly a mistake from Zenit. Can they make it happen? Here's Mason being stuck behind the bodies. Like we said, Zenit putting a lot of players behind the ball, trying to force Chelsea to go wide. Hudson-Odoi crosses. There's nothing in the cross. Werner brings it down, and Zenit clears it. So Zenit offensive players as well, trying to go in the box and just clear the ball. Anyway will do for them. Meanwhile, as we're talking, Hakim Ziyech is actually warming up. Wow. So a good piece of 6 or 7 minutes actually for Chelsea. Again, they lose the ball here. Wow. Here's Azamoun again running towards Chelsea. Christensen. Wow, the left hand side of the Chelsea's defense was like nowhere to be seen in that position. Thomas Tuchel has to make some defensive substitutions here. Chelsea are not looking like themselves. We know that you can concede goals, but the way that you are doing it here is like, nah, not convincing at all. You're not dealing with the pressure. You're just piling the pressure on yourself. And Chelsea have got to win this one. It's not like about scoring goals. You can get the goal at the other end. You can make it 2-2. But what about the other end? You'll just go down by conceding the goals. Is Christensen on the ball? So Chelsea enjoying a bit of possession, yeah? For the majority of the first half, that rarely looked the case because they were like getting robbed. Here's Callum again, chance to cross for him. He cannot, push down again by Clausinho. Here's Mason. Azpilicueta's cross, blocked easily. Zenit chance to clear, they clear it. Only as far as Malangsar. Malangsar, in my opinion, is still looking very much reckless here. He's still looking very much like the odd one out of the defense because he just had Christensen beside him. He could have made a decent pass. He just threw the ball back to the goalkeeper with so much of speed. Romelu Lukaku to Werner, a layoff. Here's Romelu Lukaku again back. Saul. So Romelu Lukaku, Saul's cross, very bad. And Zenit's goalkeeper can actually get behind it. And it will be a corner. So a corner could have been avoided very easily there, but Chelsea, can they benefit from it? We are around 60-minute mark on the clock, almost 59 minutes gone. So it is all up to Chelsea actually to make the amends here. Here's Ross Barkley with the corner again. Poor corner this time around from Ross. Here's Reese. Back to Mason. Mason to Werner. Saul crossing. The cross only as far as Timo Werner. Back to Saul again. They're trying so hard to find Lukaku, but they are not just linking well there. Timo Werner being fouled there by Lovren here. Very reckless challenge by the defender. I wonder if he'll be booked or no. Yep, he's shown the yellow card there. Recklessly pulling just Werner. He had no absolute requirement to do that challenge and might as well put his team under the pressure of conceding a goal here because a very risky free kick here. It's getting cold. The winters are here. So, who will step up? Mason or Reese? Yep, I think it's far out actually to score directly for a goal, but let's see. Meanwhile, as we're talking, Hakim Ziyech is actually being prepped to come on. I wonder who will be actually the one he replaces. Or will it be a change in the system? Here's Reece James on the ball. Blocked well by Zenit. Chelsea forced back by Zenit there. Werner. Wow, what a 1-2. And Lukaku's through on goal and Chelsea have scored. Was he offside? The flag has stayed down. What a piece of 1-2 from the Chelsea players. And Werner, so selflessly, drops it to Lukaku and Lukaku scores a brilliant tap in. I hope that it's not offside, man. Nope, he's clearly onside. He's clearly onside. Zenit getting caught off guard here, man. Wow. Against the run of the play, and Chelsea make it 2-2. So Chelsea back in the game, lads. Almost 1 hour mark on the clock. If you are tuned in right now, we are watching Zenit versus Chelsea. It is just 2-2 courtesy of Romelu Lukaku and assisted by his strike partner Timo Werner. Zenit will feel let down because they have dominated this game on the offensive side and, mind you, defensive side as well, because Chelsea's defensively, they have been so poor. And I don't know what the change will be actually from Thomas Tuchel now, because Timo Werner or Lukaku, whoever he might be actually thinking in his mind to take off, they have just linked up brilliantly well. I think the substitution should be on the defensive side for Chelsea to actually give them a bit of more composure. So Chelsea making things happen against the run of the play here. So let's see what happens now. Again, Chelsea losing the ball in the process. Here's Timo Werner, 1-2 with Saul. And 1-2 with Reece James passing it on the back of the Saul. Apologizing at the end. Nice piece of play there, man. The pass played to Werner was actually brilliant as well from Barkley. The 1-2 was awesome. Werner using his quick fire pace again to get in behind the lines. That is what he's best known for. And then again providing an assist for Romelu Lukaku. And you would love to see that. Romelu Lukaku, first goal since September. Sarr can make the challenge. Oh, wow. He dealt with it, but couldn't actually get him out of the harm's way. Malang Sarr. So Chelsea now showing signs of improvement here, but defensively I would still say that they are far off it. Here's Zenit in the corner. They have the ball in the Chelsea side of the attack. Here's Malcolm on the ball, shielding the ball very well from Saul, trying to play a 1-2. Wow, Ross Barkley straight to a Zenit player. Malcolm has a shot on the goal. He curls it. And Ross Barkley, Kepa is shouting on Ross Barkley that, what are you doing? Look up and find your teammate. Wow. This looks so harmful. This looks so harmful when Chelsea do it like that way. And you know, there will be a... I'm not surprised, man. I will not be surprised, I mean, if they take off Ross Barkley, push Mason Mount backwards in the midfield, and then you bring off Hakim Ziyech. And yeah. And that is, I think, what is going to happen. Ross Barkley is off. Pulisic is on. Ziyech is on. Pulisic on for, I don't know, Callum Hudson-Odoi, yeah? Yep, that is the change. And Hakim Ziyech is coming on. Hakim Ziyech will come on for Mason Mount. Sorry, Ross Barkley. And Mason Mount, this will see Mason Mount, of course, playing a much more deeper role. Showing, of course, the kitchen sink, if you would like to say it. Chelsea going very offensive here. Maybe the last two substitutions, you will bring on someone like Thiago Silva or Rudiger at the very end to just assure the whole thing. I'm sorry. Here's a change for Zenit. Rakitsky going off. This is an offensive change, very much. A youngster being thrown on the field and a centre half being taken on. Off, sorry. So, fresh legs for Zenit to press Chelsea once more. 65 minutes gone. Zenit very much on the Chelsea's box, trying to press them. Wow, Kepa with a poor pass there. Poor kick, I mean. Not a pass eventually. Here's Ziyech on the ball. Is foul. Chelsea lucky there. Hopefully, man. Hopefully, this will be the start of something that Romelu Lukaku can continue on. Because since the injury, of course, it affects a lot. But yeah, you have to get back in your groove. You are a 100 million man, so you will be the first one to actually face the criticism. Here's Christian Pulisic on the right wing back spot now. Back to Romelu Lukaku. Wow, they just lost the footing here. Trying to link up with Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech, decent run of a game. Decent form, actually. He will make things click, actually, in Chelsea shirt right now. Wow. Zenit, what a flick there. Malang Sarr, please deal with it well. He has absolutely no idea there. Malcolm again on goal. Here's Malcolm again. Trying to find his teammate. Here's Rostov. Chelsea conceded a shot and it's a corner. I am absolutely not convinced by Malang Sarr at all. That's just not confident. While dealing with the... You're actually facing the ball. You're facing the guy. You do not turn your back on it. Rudiger would never do that. Zenit's fans have been amazing, by the way. Wow, Reece James putting the things out of the harm way. Anywhere will do for Chelsea. Corner for Zenit. Zenit crossing. Sarr heading it out. Here's Timo Werner again. Nice piece of play by Timo. Ziyech, can he turn around and pass it to Timo Werner? Timo Werner has got it. No, he hasn't. Wow, he has it again. Lovren with the mistake. Timo Werner with the chance. Timo Werner tries to shoot. He gets off the ball. He loses his footing. Chance lost for Chelsea. What a let-off here. Very much an end-to-end contest, this one. Ziyech almost finds Timo Werner. Error from the defender's part, but he manages to find him though. Timo Werner couldn't sort his footing out, but yeah, at the end, it's something that Chelsea would miss. A chance of scoring the goal. Reece James getting caught on the ball here, losing the ball in the process. Here's Malcolm again with Rostov. And Malcolm pushing again. Here's Azmoun. Malang Sarr getting better of him as this time. Unsure whether he has actually touched the ball or Azmoun at the last. Settling for a throw-in. Hakim Ziyech almost pulled off the impossible. Let's see on the replay if Timo Werner was actually surrounded by better options. He was actually. Romelu Lukaku was raising his hand. But nevertheless, it's gone. Chance for Chelsea again to pile up the pressure. But the ball right now is with Zenit. And as the thing stands now, Thomas Tuchel said it might not be possible for Romelu Lukaku to play the whole 90, but he might be forced to actually play him the full 90 minutes. Oh, wow. Saul just stood his ground. The player just bumped into him. Zenit have a free kick here. And they'll try to force the bodies inside the box. No, they have decided against it. They're just trying to sit on the lead. Better defending from Chelsea there again. Azpilicueta. The clearance was unsuccessful though. As soon as I spoke the words, the contradicting opinion came out. Yeah, missing the pass. So 70 minutes on the clock, lads. If you're enjoying the stream, of course, please drop a like on the stream. It helps the channel to grow massively. And if you're subscribed, that's always amazing. Here's Saul defending against Zenit again. Chelsea conceding a lot of corners here. Saul is looking at his left knee. I wonder what is actually happening. Now he's back up. One thing is clear. Chelsea's intensity and Zenit's intensity. It's a huge gap right now. Zenit is way, way, way above. Easily. Zenit crossing. Saul defending. Malcolm again on the edge. Wow, Zenit crossing again and Zenit. Wow. Kepa Arrizabalaga. What a save, lad. That was destined for the goal. That was goal bound. Kepa Arrizabalaga. What a save, lad. Dropping on the ground and making a save. That's a good strong hand as well. Damn, dude. Come on, Chelsea. Come on. Wow. Another man freely roaming inside the Chelsea box. Managed to get a volley away. Not on the target, but wow. In front of Azpilicueta. Wow. Kepa, man. Mind you, Werner has done the bit of work on the offensive side, but Kepa really has kept the score down in the first half and now as well. Hakim Ziyech getting caught on the ball there. By the way, the number 11 for Zenit, he's everywhere. Literally everywhere. Just like our number 11. Sorry, the number 11, Timo Werner. Offensively everywhere. There's Malcolm. Malcolm has been lively again. Nutmeg Saul here. Chelsea defenders backing out. Chance for Zenit to actually take a shot. Can they do it? They forced themselves wide. They're preventing. Wow. They have not prevented it. I thought they were preventing it. Reece James conceded another corner. Another chance for Zenit here. So Zenit not backing down at all. But as the thing stands, the goal difference would come in key or a head-to-head record, because the goal away and the home thing, they were scrapped. Remember, reminding you, they were scrapped. So this year Champions League, there will be no away or home advantage for the goals. So you just have to take the match by the actual score line, or it goes to the end. Saul defending the area very well. Chance for Zenit to cross again and recycle. Will they do it? They will do it. Wow. Zenit another corner. Chelsea having to do more defending in this half again. A lot of pressure being put on Chelsea here. A lot of pressure. Malang Sarr clears it. Lukaku couldn't deal with it. And the ball is back in Zenit's half with their goalkeeper apparently. Here's Zenit again with a chance to actually make something of the ball that they have. Alonso and Kai Havertz are actually being picked to come on. Wow, Zenit again. Chance for them to get on goal. Wow. Azmoun. Was he caught, Azmoun? Was he caught off the ball? It will be checked by VAR. Wow, Zenit again come up with the ball. Saul with a nice tackle. Azmoun has picked up an injury and he's calling for the ball and the ref ferociously to be put out of the play and get some treatment. Let's see what actually happened. I hope that it's not a pen. Yeah, that's just a basic contact. That's not a pen. He just collapses on the ground, Azmoun. I think he just twisted his ankle. Nothing actually for Chelsea part to be faulted on. Romelu Lukaku leaves the field, by the way. Kai Havertz comes on. Another physical presence leaving the... For another physical presence here. Kai Havertz passing on some instructions to Hakim Ziyech. Kai Havertz will, of course, look to do a similar role like Romelu Lukaku. A tall figure up there on the front. Marcus Alonso is the other chain straight away. He'll not kick the ball. He'll hand the ball and just inbound it for the throw-in. And Saul is coming off. And Zenit will make another substitution. A very experienced striker about to come on in place of course, Azamoun. The Iranian, please don't mind my accent. I don't speak that particular language fluently of the region that the player belongs to, but he has been phenomenal. He's asking the manager, actually, he can run it off. He's walking gingerly, hopefully, and he might actually come back to haunt Chelsea because he has been playing so well. And for the moment, he has gestured to the bench that, yeah, please don't put him off, put myself off, of course. Here's Marcos Alonso inbounding the ball. Malang Sarr, again, a very bad ball. Ziyech trying again. A crossfield ball, unsuccessful this time. Anyway, will do for Zenit. Christensen again, passing it to Azpilicueta to Reece James. I don't think there will be another substitutions defensively, but there is a need. There is a need, actually. Here's Pulisic. Pulisic hasn't been, involved in the game because the position that he's playing on to is like, well, not his forte, actually. Pulisic again on the ball. Malang Sarr again on the ball. Back to Alonso. To Zenit. Chelsea have it back. Anders Christensen. Now Reece James on the ball. Can Reece James actually find a pass? He does. To Hakim. Hakim to Alonso. Alonso will try to find Hakim back again. Will he be successful? He chooses the back pass, I'm sorry. Wow. Goalkeepers come out. He hesitates, but he gets the ball back. Zenit have the ball again. And they passes it. Wow. I'm sorry. I just saw Azmoun pulled up again. He's a very young boy, man, but he's played so well. He tried to force himself on the pitch just by pointing to the ref and the manager, yeah, I can continue on. And I think that will be the end of his night on the field. And yeah, he has done his race. He has run his race. So it will be now him replacing. So it will be now him replacing that experienced striker actually in game. And sad story, but it has to be done because the young boy has a very good game and a decent run and was basically looking like a more likely scorer of the next goal. But the all thing that Chelsea has done today has left me shocked. If I fumble upon the words, it's because of this performance. Take nothing away from it. They have been so bad, Chelsea, today. Malcolm is coming off. So, a little bit of showboating of the cards for Chelsea now. They don't have to deal with it. So Zenit basically looking to cement their lead now. Here's Kai Havertz on the ball. Can he find someone on the left-hand side? He can actually. Here's Timo Werner. Timo Werner shoots and wins Chelsea a corner. Marcos Alonso was making an overlapping run, but of course Timo Werner doesn't have eyes on his back. Marcos Alonso could have given him a shout. He could have used a shout there, Timo Werner. But I think Chelsea, now, the ball exactly at the place where they wanted. They have the ball, the place exactly at the place they wanted, and they would really want to convert that corner into a goal. Because only a goal would see them actually finish on the top of the group. And they would really want to do so after having done a lot of hard work for the 80 minutes. Hakim Ziyech crossing it. Chelsea backtracking. Here's Pulisic. Reece James staying strong. Wow. Marcos Alonso couldn't deal with the pass of Hakim Ziyech. Claudinho again working wonders here. Here's Santos on the ball. And Chelsea concede a corner again. Kepa so furious with his defense, they're turning their back on the ball. It's not a sign of Chelsea that we are used to seeing at all. Kai Havertz this time inside the box to defend this corner at the near post. Here's Zenit crossing. Christensen blocking the attempt from Zenit. Again hit by Zenit, and it is off target, and it's a goal kick. Kepa in a hurry to take a coup. Wow. Almost Kepa pulled off something that was unimaginable, but Kepa just stopped on his trunks. There. So Zenit 16 attempts in comparison to Chelsea's 10, and mind you, they have been the useful ones for the Zenit. They haven't just been like shots from outside the box or whatever. Here's Kai Havertz. Here's Alonso again on the ball. Alonso maybe asking too much of Saar there, costing him a throw-in. And it is still 1-0 in Turin, by the way. So as the thing stands, Juventus are the group leaders, by the way. Zenit being put under pressure there by the Chelsea press. Mason Mount leading the line alongside Kai Havertz and Timo Werner. Now they have formed sort of a front three, and of course Hakim Ziyech in front of them. It's more or less Reece James alone in the midfield. Alonso diving recklessly there. Didn't realize that the ball was actually way past him. Here's Zenit again on the counter attack. Christian Pulisic back-tiddling, defending again, not his forte alongside Callum. But the cross wasn't so good. Christensen was able to deal with it. Christensen passing the ball at the very end as he wasn't ready. And Thomas Tuchel, I'll tell you something. He has been on the bench for the most of this game. And he's looked very disappointed. He hasn't been very animated like he usually is during the touchline moments when he is on the top of his voice and top of the lungs. Because he knows that he's disappointed. Chelsea defending well there. Here's Reece James. Ball to Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech to Alonso here. Alonso has Werner ahead of him. Reece James. Mount to Christian Pulisic. Pulisic trying to cut in. Crosses it. Werner. He's too far away from the goal to actually generate the sort of power. Pulisic actually doing well there, actually, to make something out of nothing there. Zenit kicking the ball far out. Here's Aspilicueta. Now Christian Pulisic. Can Chelsea score a goal? Last 6 minutes left. I would love to see a defensive substitution and put Pulisic actually further up the field. James crossing. Mount. Pulisic to Ziyech. Werner has it. Werner trying to shoot, and Werner scores. Hopefully that's not offside. Quick feed from Werner, and Lukaku, Thiago Silva up on their feet. Everyone is up on their feet, including Thomas Tuchel. Have Chelsea done the thing? Have Chelsea done their job? Will that goal be not... Will that stand? That is my only thing here. Pulisic doing well there with Ziyech. Pulisic again. Timo Werner. It's very tight. It's a tidy finish by Werner there. It's very tight. Whether Werner is on or no. A low-driven shot by Timo. Man, I just hope that it is not cancelled. This guy has been a victim of goals being disallowed by VAR, and Jesus, man. They're still checking. The referee saying we will not be surprised, but Timo Werner has been a victim of getting the goals disallowed by VAR more than a handful of times. And the goal stands. Check over. So it's Chelsea 3 now. Chelsea have come back. Now do the job defensively. Maybe get on the score sheet again. Timo Werner, chance for a hat-trick maybe. Last 4 minutes or so. Marcos Alonso getting caught off the ball there. Ziyech, nice work there by Hakim. Here's Kai Havertz on the ball. Here's Reece James again. So, Chelsea back on the top of the group. Magic in seconds, right? Such a crucial contribution by Werner there. Timo Werner. That header was... Chelsea have some defensive duties to now take care of. Claudinho being a nuisance for Chelsea here. Here's Mostovi. Wow, Chelsea. Come on, Malangsar. Can send the ball up easily. Oh, Chelsea have the ball again. Very well there, Kai Havertz. Mason Mount running on the line. Christian Pulisic has the ball. He passes the ball back to Azpilicueta. Chelsea can recycle again and play the ball neatly from the back. Has Reece James and again Hakim Ziyech now combining in the center of the field. Hakim Ziyech being the facilitator actually inside the midfield. That is the instruction that he got from Havertz. That you have to be the man available for the ball every time. Because that is why only reason Mason Mount is actually going up the field. But nicely done by Chelsea there. They have come back and they've managed to actually get back on the top of the group. So always a nice thing. They've left it late. They have left it with an okay performance. But hopefully Chelsea will stay at the top of the group. Thomas Tuchel there, very much animated for the first time after conceding the goal, scoring the last, of course, the Timo Werner's goal. I think his instruction was to actually for Malangsar. First time clear the ball. He's saying to him, there is no need to actually take a second touch. And there is a man up running, going behind the lines. You actually have to do that. So Timo Werner, 2 goals, 1 assist. Involved in every single goal. Here's Chelsea again crossing. Alonso crossing. And it's a goal kick. It's a reckless cross though. Chelsea are tough fixtures in the congestion of the injuries, of course. Congestion of fixtures and congestion of injuries. You can call it both ways. Chelsea play Leeds at the weekend and they will then again play midweek Everton. And by the way, the new year isn't very kind to Chelsea. In the space of like first 3 weekends, they'll play Tottenham, they'll play City, they'll play Liverpool. So just imagine. They hope to have actually Kovacic and Jorginho back by that time. Zenit again. Chelsea defending well there. Wow, Marcos Alonso being pushed off the ball here. Chelsea, a lot more defensive tasks to do here. Wow. Zenit caught off ball. Here's Reece James. Passing it to Christian Pulisic. Chelsea can again have a breather here. Not the best performance, but Chelsea are very near. We are done with 90 minutes, lad. 90 minutes on the clock. Let's see the additional time that will be added. There is 6 minutes of additional time. Wow. For what, ref? 6 is a lot. I'm not saying that if we were a goal down, we would need a lot of minutes, but 6 minutes is a lot. There's Christian Pulisic. Can he cross? I think no. Too much pace. Actually, it was vice versa. It was Pulisic sending the ball for Mason Mount. I think Pulisic could have actually gone on the end of the ball because he's much more quicker than Mason. But whatever is the case right now, as the thing stands, Chelsea will finish at the top of the group and they'll be happy. There's Havertz to Alonso. Alonso seeing Kai Havertz here. Chelsea playing it cautiously. Still 5 minutes left, of course, on the clock of the additional time. Here's Christian Pulisic. Trying to find someone inside the box actually to cross, but unable to do so. Wow, Christensen with a very, very absurd pass there. Luckily, the ball came back to Chelsea. Oh, again, Zenit on the goal. Azpilicueta defending it very well. And Azpilicueta will try to run off the clock. He's holding his foot. He's saying it's a cramp. He's getting up. He's getting up. I just hope that it's not hamstring or something. It's just a cramp. I love the way Hakim Ziyech was like in the background. Come on, lads. Loved every bit of it. Tough day at the office again for Chelsea, but this time around they managed to get the points. Hopefully, 3 minutes left still. Here's Reece again in the midfield. By the way, Reece has been left a lot of times alone in the midfield and he has managed to do a decent job. Apart from the fact that defensively we were so struggling in the first half, that phase was so bad, man. There was nothing you can actually do to describe that performance. It was a letdown. Again, chance for Zenit. Here's Claudinho. There's Mustavoy on the ball. Mustavoy will look to cross. Wow. And Zenit have scored. Wow. What a banger of a strike. Top corner. Kepa had no chance and Chelsea have conceded. Chelsea players appealing for a foul and Zenit has disappointed Chelsea here. And I think Chelsea will finish second in the group. Juventus are done with the game. They are going to be on the top of the group if the things are going to remain the same. Or will it be Chelsea staying on the top on the pretext of the goal difference? Because I don't think the goal difference will help them. Yep, Juventus are on the top of the group as the thing stands. Kepa can only help it to the roof of the net. It is so hardly hit. It's such a letdown, man. But you cannot say that they don't deserve it. Just a minute of added time left now. Can Chelsea pull off anything? I don't know, man. This is so disappointing. That's an unreal goal, by the way, by the looks of everything. Wow, chance was in it again to send the ball inside Chelsea's half. Handball by Alonso. Man, this thing, it's crazy, the football. So we've now conceded 3 goals in the back-to-back games. Yikes. Won't be surprised if we were to concede 4 again on the last minute of the game. Here's Claudinho again with the free kick. Sarr clears it. As done full time. And Chelsea are second on the group. It's their own doing and you cannot fault anything. And it is what it is. But lads, that's it for the live stream. Feeling a bit disappointed, dropping points here, but it is what it is. Thank you for the live stream. Thank you for tuning in. And all of you who liked it, a big up. All of you subscribed, a big up. We'll see you soon again on the weekend when we play Leeds. Bye bye. Take care.